Coming up on the Met Report, our baseball squad is playing their best baseball so far this season and are back above 500.
Spring is here and severe storms have been tearing their way through the Midwest. Is Denver in danger?
After 40 years, one Metro student has decided to return to school and shares his inspiring story.
All this and more coming up on the Met Report.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Met Report. I'm Davy Burke.
And I'm Miranda. MSU-Denver has identified a leading candidate in the university's search for a new athletic director. The leading candidate is Dr. Anthony Grant, who is currently the interim athletic director at Millerville University in Pennsylvania. Grant has served as Millerville's associate director of athletics since 2008, before becoming interim athletic director in March of this year. Prior to his time at Millersville, Grant also served as athletic student services coordinator at the University of Iowa and was also the evening athletic supervisor at St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia. Grant is visiting the Auraria Campus from April 12th through the 15th. The Met Report will continue to follow the story and will give you the latest when an official announcement is made.
Beginning April 13th, Auraria Campus students have the opportunity to vote on student fees for services that impact campus life. RTD college passes will be up for vote to determine whether the RTD college program remains. Also, students will be able to vote on a $5 fund to development of the Tivoli Park and Quad, along with future gathering spaces across campus.
MSU-Denver has a diverse community, and after 40 years, one Metro student has decided to return to school.
His smile is infectious and his passion for music inspiring. Jerry Peterson has loved music all his life and has come back to school to finish a degree in music, which he had originally started back in the 1970s. Jerry is a part of the 8% of students at Metro who are middle-aged or older.
I just turned 59.
People stop going to college for different reasons, but for Jerry,
I was young and very naive, intimidated very easily. People were telling me I wasn't any good, so I believed them and I just left.
Jerry was nervous to go back to college, but his wife had recently gone back and got her degree and urged him to do the same.
She says, you love music, you love teaching, you love kids, and you love to sing. What are you doing here? And back in school.
Although many of the students in Jerry's classes are much younger than him, he gets along with just about everyone as he gets hugs and high fives as he walks to his classes.
There are some that, you know, you're always going to have that one or two that you're not going to get along with. That's anywhere. But for the most part, oh yeah. As a matter of fact, in the music department, it's like, all you have to say is my name and like, oh yeah, I know him, you know.
One of the hardest parts about coming back to school for Jerry has been the homework.
It's because you're older, they expect more out of you, so they put a little bit more on you.
Although the transition back into school was a little daunting, Jerry encourages everyone who's nervous to go back to school to just do it.
Something that you really want to do and you want to make a change, then do it. Don't let money stop you. Don't let your age stop you. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't, because you can. Like I said, age ain't nothing but a number.
For the Met Report, I'm Miranda.
The MSU-Denver men's lacrosse team faced their first loss of the season on Saturday to Cal State San Marcos. What makes this loss worse is that it was only by 1 point after the Roadrunners were ahead most of the game. The team's next 3 games are away, but you can still cheer the team on for their last regular season game at Dick's Sporting Goods Field number 8 on April 25th. Last season, this team only won 3 games, so 6-1 is a great accomplishment for this club sports squad.
With spring officially here, that means that severe weather season is right around the corner, and MSU-Denver is hosting a weather spotter training class this weekend to help you prepare. The event is this Sunday, April 12th at 3 o'clock in the Science Room 2005 and is free and open to the public. The class lasts about an hour and a half and is taught by a representative from the National Weather Service office in Boulder. Students will learn the basics of storm development and structure, as well as criteria to report to the office.
The weather conditions on the Auraria campus are now just a click away. The weather sensing station between the Community College of Denver's Confluence Building and the 9th Street Historic Park were recently fixed after years of not being in service. Before the repairs, weather reported on MSU Denver's WCS radio came from Denver International Airport. Now students can check out conditions on campus and on the WCS radio page, or by going to msudenver.edu/weathernow. So those are some great opportunities, though, for some of the meteorology students here at Denver. You could check out the current conditions and also that weather observation class. I'm not a meteorology student, but that looks like a lot of fun.
I'm not either, but I think that'll be really good because I really like to know what the weather is so I don't go out in shorts when it's snowing.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that would not be good. Now joining us for weather is Douglas Coulter.
Yeah, guys, that's an awesome program they're doing, and adding, more instrumentation for us weather nerds, I guess that's always a good thing. But right now, let's take a look at what's going on right now. Right now, we're sitting at 59 degrees here on April 10th, under partly cloudy skies. Our high today, we're expecting to get up to 65 degrees, and our low down at 41. So, what are the records for today? For April, our average high is 60 degrees and our average low is 32 degrees. And for precipitation, we usually see about an inch and 3/4 of an inch of rain. Now, our record high for this date is 80 degrees and our record low is down at 6 degrees. So taking a look at our hour by hour, if you're headed out to the Rockies game today at 2 o'clock, we should be sitting at about 62 degrees, 63 at 3 p.m. And by the time the Rockies game is getting over, we'll be sitting at 64. And if you're heading out for any evening plans, we'll be sitting at 63 degrees. Taking a look at tomorrow, we're going to have a high of 75 degrees. So if you're getting out, have any plans for tomorrow, it's going to be an awesome day to do so. We're going to see partly cloudy skies, although I think that we will see mostly sunny skies throughout most of the day. And our winds will be coming out of the north-northeast at 11 miles per hour. Coming up in a little bit, I'll have you the rest of your forecast for the rest of the weekend and your extended forecast as well.
75 degrees. That is awesome. I'm so excited for tomorrow's weather.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to the Rockies game tomorrow. I know it's looking a little gloomy early in the week, but I'm glad it's going to be great weather for that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be outside tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day.
Coming up after the break,
we take a look in the developments in the Boston Marathon bombing case.
And coming up later in sports, Metro State is playing their best baseball of the season right now, and it's their pitching staff who's got them back above 500. I'll tell you more later on in sports. We'll be right back.
Hey Roadrunners, my name is Mario Sinelli, Chief Editor of the Metropolitan, our school's weekly, student-run newspaper. And this is what we do.
Check us out for all the latest in Roadrunner sports, all the latest in entertainment and reviews, all the latest in MSU-Denver news and other local happenings. And we're always looking for new writers, photographers, and copy editors. So if you're interested in being part of the staff, visit Tivoli Room 313.
The Metropolitan is the student voice of MSU-Denver. Let your voice be heard.
welcome back. The trial of Boston Marathon bomber Jahar Tsarnaev concluded this week, and Tsarnaev was found guilty on all 30 charges. The 21-year-old showed no emotion as the verdict was read. Tsarnaev is convicted of the April 2013 attack at the finish line of the Boston Marathon and the shootout in the Watertown, Massachusetts, with police days after the bombing. Other charges included carjacking, fatal shootings of the MIT officer, and a robbery of a businessman. The verdict concluded a trial that included 16 days of testimonies and featured 95 witnesses. Zanaith and his brother Tamerlan, who was killed in the shootout with police, killed a total of 4 people and injured 280 others from their actions. The survivors and victims of the attack say they are grateful for the verdict.
We're obviously grateful for the outcome today. It's not a happy occasion, but it's something that we can put, one more step behind us. It's been difficult, but we've gotten through it with each other.
The same jury will now deliberate in a separate phase of the trial if Zanaith should serve life in prison or the death penalty.
The new nationwide crackdown of distracted driving goes into effect on Monday morning. Extra enforcement will patrol Colorado roads, especially Arapahoe Road, to bust distracted drivers. If caught texting, drivers could face penalties up to $150 depending on the violation and whether it is their first offense. This nationwide campaign will be in effect for 9 days, ending on April 21st.
Goldfish in Boulder Tellers Lake have many saying, "Holy mackerel." The lake's goldfish population exploded, and now Colorado's Parks and Wildlife are exploring options to remove the fish. Wildlife officials believe someone dumped multiple goldfish into Tellers Lake a few years ago, and now thousands of goldfish have taken over the lake. Since the goldfish are not a native species of the lake, they have caused harm to the local aquatic ecosystem. Wildlife officials are deciding whether to drain the lake and rebuild the natural fish stock or use electroshocks from a boat, which will stun the fish and bring them to the surface so that they can be collected. There is no timetable for when the CPW will actually remove the fish.
Local gearheads and automobile enthusiasts soon have the opportunity to sit in the driver's seat of the latest models and designs. The 2015 Denver Auto Show at the Colorado Convention Center features 37 manufacturers in the industry for the upcoming year. More than 500 luxury cars, boss cars, concept cars, supercars, sports cars, and hybrids are on display Saturday, April 11th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, April 12th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
This year in men's basketball was one for the books. The Wisconsin Badgers overtook the undefeated Kentucky Wildcats in the Final Four, but met their fate against the Duke Blue Devils in the championship game where they lost 68-63. The tournament of upsets did not disappoint in the comeback department, which made this year the most watched Final Four championship game in the tournament history. A 12-year-old had the best bracket on ESPN, but because he isn't 18, he isn't eligible for the $20,000 reward. Bummer.
Baby Eli has drawn attention after he was born with a very extreme birth defect. Eli was born without a nose, nasal passage, or sinus cavities. The disorder, called complete congenital Ariana, is so rare that there are only 38 known cases reported worldwide. Eli instinctively knew to breathe through his mouth, but struggled during feeding, so doctors gave him a tracheotomy to help him breathe after a month in the hospital. Eli is healthy and can go home now, but has many medical surgeries in his future. No cosmetic surgeries are planned for Eli to receive a nose, as his parents do not want him to go through any more unnecessary surgeries and wants it to be his own decision someday.
This weekend marked the first severe weather outbreak across the middle of the U.S. this year. Severe storms moved through parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, and off into Missouri on Wednesday night, producing large hail, destructive winds, and even a few confirmed tornadoes. In Oklahoma, 5 were injured after a school bus rolled off the road. And in the town of Sullivan, Missouri, grapefruit-sized hail destroyed windows, cars, and damaged several homes and businesses. The storms continued on Thursday, producing large hail and tornadoes stretching from Wisconsin all the way down to Texas. More severe weather is expected today across portions of the south and east.
Here for the coming week, but severe weather season, as you mentioned earlier, is just around the corner. But let's talk about it right now. So Saturday for tomorrow, if you have any plans going up to the mountains, maybe doing some hiking in Boulder, we're going to see a high of 72 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Off in Grand Junction, we're going to see 78 degrees with a low of 40. And back here in Denver, we're going to see that high of 75 degrees and 72 at DIA. Much of the same for Sunday. Sunday is also going to be very nice. Again, up in the mountains, Boulder, 71 degrees, Grand Junction, 74. Over down in Gunnison, we're going to be seeing 61 degrees. And if you're down in Colorado Springs, we're going to see a high of 72 degrees. Now, your national map for tomorrow, that's where we see that severe weather. Now, it stays away from Colorado, but you will notice right here to our east down in Kansas, all the way down through Texas, we do have that chance of rain. And I do think that some of these storms through Kansas could be severe with large hail and some destructive winds, but that will stay away from here. Again, we do actually up in the northwest have that snow up in Washington still, so they're still dealing with that up there. Now for Sunday, we're going to see much of the same, all the rain across the Midwest from Minnesota down through Texas, and we do again have that chance of severe storms over down through Kansas as well. Taking a look at your 5-day forecast for Denver, we're going to see a high of 70 on Monday, 78 on Tuesday. We do have a chance of rain on Wednesday with a high of 64 degrees, Thursday 57, and next Friday sunny with a high of 70 degrees. So guys, it's going to be really nice this weekend. Pick whichever day you want. It's going to be nice both days. Maybe do something both days, I guess. Why not?
Yeah, you can't go wrong. I mean, this is the best time of the year, I think, in Colorado.
Oh, definitely.
You can't go wrong with any of that weather.
Definitely, and it stays cool enough so you can still do some of that hiking, and you can still get some of that spring skiing in while the temperatures are nice.
Yeah, that's really good to know.
Yeah, I'm going to take advantage of it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, stick around. We'll be right back.
MyMetMedia.com is a new interactive website. Watch full newscasts from the Met Report. The Metropolitan have you covered. K-Met Radio have everything you need 24 hours a day. El Noticiero TV Met give you news in Spanish. How to advertise with us? Email sales@metmedia.com.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on.
Now joining us for EMET is Erica Lloyd. What's happening in entertainment this week, Erica?
Well, Miranda, the buzz in the entertainment hive never rests. And to prove it, let's take a look at EMET's top 5 stories of the week. At number 5 in EMET's top 5, the Mile High gets a little mysterious with a new mythic creatures exhibit at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Fans of mermaids, dragons, unicorns, or even the Kraken won't want to miss this unique and magical exhibit on display now through September 7th. Hippity hopping in at number 4, no, it's not a mythical creature. This, believe it or not, is a real-life rabbit. Meet Jeff. He and his father Darius are the world's largest rabbits at around 4 feet long. They are giant continental rabbits who reside with their owner in England. And you can guess they have a much bigger appetite than your average Easter bunny. These huge hoppers eat about 2,000 carrots and 700 apples every year. An interactive watch you can wear on your wrist? Now how do you like them apples? That's right, at number 3, the new iWatch comes out in just 2 weeks and folks can pre-order starting today. There are 6 different styles to choose from, ranging from $349 to $17,000 if you want your watch to be 18 karat gold. You can monitor your workouts, doodle, Instagram, and even send your heartbeat to another iWatch user. Aww. Now speaking of time, was there a better time than the 90s? An iconic boy band makes its way to number 2 in the countdown. The Backstreet Boys are back with their new documentary, Show 'Em What You're Made Of. This film gives fans an inside look at the Backstreet's triumphs and downfalls over the years. It was filmed in 2 years' time during the boys' most recent world tour. Can you believe it's been 20 years since the band debuted their first album? Topping the list off at number 1 is our viral video of the week. 3 funny gals in a car jamming out to the most popular tunes of the decades while wearing some fabulous outfits. Can it get any better than that? The 3 Australian ladies named Sketchy already have over 200 million views on the internet. Let's check it out. Well, those gals are sure doing the decades right, but someone else is doing them wrong. With further scrutiny back in time, it appears that Rolling Stone magazine is in trouble, proving you can't always get what you want. Rolling Stone published an article recounting a gang rape scandal at the University of Virginia in November. It wasn't until recently many big mistakes were found within the story due to journalistic errors. The alleged victim of the assault told Stone reporter Sabrina Rubin Erdely that she was assaulted at a fraternity. Erdely ran with the story, assuming the allegations were true, but further investigation by the Columbia School of Journalism found that much of the victim's story did not pan out. The magazine is now facing scrutiny and libel charges. The students and faculty of UVA are looking to put the matter behind them and move forward. Well, moving on from entertainment around the globe to things closer to home, Caitlin Doherty takes us to a Breckenridge festival of a boozy variety.
From spring break to spring fever, grab your IDs and buy your tickets now for Breckenridge Beer Festival. The 9th annual Breck Beer Fest offers over 30 of Colorado's finest breweries for tastings, free live music, karaoke, and great food and retail vendors.
You're not just at the bars, you're kind of on a main street. It feels kind of like a house party, but it's outside.
KSMT The Mountain radio station will sponsor the event and host a funktastic theme party with disco balls, funky music, and a costume contest for prizes.
Thinking about my American flag Speedo, maybe my Superman briefs. That's it.
The box office is located at Alpine Sports and will be open this Thursday through Saturday morning of the event to buy your beer mugs and tickets. A portion of the proceeds will benefit Friends of the Colorado Avalanche Information Center. The event takes place on Saturday, April 11th from 12 to 5 p.m. on Ridge Street in downtown Breckenridge. For more information or to purchase tickets, please visit www.breckenridgebeerfestival.com. For the Met Report, Caitlin Dougherty.
Colorado is quickly becoming the new hotspot for beer tasting and microbrews across the nation. So it's best you take a little sip out of amazing opportunities such as this. And don't miss an opportunity to head down to your local theater. TV and film is looking better than ever in this weekend's must-sees.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? You gotta check it out.
I want to see that.
That's so cool. I can't wait.
We have to go and check that out.
Let's see.
What am I in for here?
Let's go!
Hey!
Keep it.
Spring is the perfect time for love and a little bit of eye candy, if you know what I mean. You'll find plenty of that in this next new romantic blockbuster. The Longest Ride comes to theaters today, starring Britt Robertson and Scott Eastwood, son of accomplished director and Western film legend Clint Eastwood. The Longest Ride is a parallel love story of a former rodeo hunk named Luke who falls for his dream girl only to find that life has other things planned and threatens to tear them apart. They seek inspiration from an elderly man who shares with them the romantic whirlwind he experienced with his beloved wife, hoping that they learn what it takes when you finally find the one. Hold on to your hats, folks. This is an emotional and steamy and heartwarming flick that you won't want to miss. Moving on from hits on the silver screen to the ones you can find on the screen right at home. The 5th season premiere of Game of Thrones is this Sunday, along with the last episodes of Mad Men's 7th and final season. Fans are clamoring over the return of Game of Thrones, and critics say that it's their best season yet. War is coming to Westeros, and the Mother of Dragons is ready to attack, with the White Walkers lurking closely behind. While one show continues on, another is at its end. Critics are sad to see AMC's award-winning dramatic series come to an end in what is sure to be an epic finale of Mad Men. Well, guys, I hear that a lot of our reporters in the MetReport office are excited for Game of Thrones. Are any of you hooked on the series?
Yes, I'm actually hooked. I just started watching the series. I'm on episode 4, but after the first episode, I was hooked. It's really good.
Wonderful. Well, I haven't actually seen it yet. I was more excited about the giant rabbits in top 5. How about you guys?
That was crazy. I didn't know that they could get that big.
Yeah. I've never seen anything like that, and researching them was crazy. The upkeep, the amount of money it takes to feed them.
Sure.
I can imagine.
The amount of carrots.
Yeah, there's a lot of carrots.
That's more carrots than I eat in a year.
Sure it is.
Definitely.
Oh, man. Well, stay here. Sports is next.
And the Roadrunners, their 3rd straight regional title.
You love Roadrunner sports, and so do we. From high-flying Metro State action to in-depth interviews with coaches, players, and staff, the Roadrunner Review is here to keep you up to date with everything that is Metro State sports.
Yeah, there we go.
Check us out on Altitude Sports and Entertainment, Comcast CET, and at GoMetroState.com to follow your Roadrunners all season long.
road with us with our impressive comeback.
So tune in and get rowdy.
Well, upsets always make sports much more exciting, and Metro State Tennis was on the right side of an upset last weekend as men's tennis upset number 42 Colorado Mesa 5-4 on Saturday. Josh Greats and Nick Baker pulled an upset on the 25th ranked doubles pair in the nation, 8-5 at number 1 doubles. Caleb Hayes and John Qualls won 8-3 at number 2 doubles. As for the ladies, Courtney Wright and Anna Jelena Vujecevic headlined by winning 8-6 at number 2 doubles. Haley Chobanian won in 2 sets at number 3 singles. After the men had their 3-match winning streak snapped to Division I South Dakota State on Sunday, and Wright and Vujecevic won 8-3 in doubles, the Roadrunners will play in Mexico this weekend against Western New Mexico and CSU Pueblo. Now we switch gears to softball. Coming into last weekend, the ladies had won 13 of their past 16 games and were looking to stay hot in hopes of catching up to Regis and Mesa at the top of the RMAC standings. The ladies are 10-2 at home, but were looking to improve upon their then 5-4 road record. Facing off against subpar Fort Lewis would do the trick. The Roadrunners opened up the 4-game series against the Skyhawks in a big way. Up 2-1 heading into the 5th inning, the Roadrunners scored 6 in the 5th and then 4 in the 6th to blow the game wide open en route to the 12-2 victory. Both Serena Espinoza and Kaylin Harmon both had 4 RBI days, and Cassidy Smith pitched a fantastic game, only allowing 2 runs to seal the victory. In game number 2 on Friday, the Roadrunners wouldn't be able to bounce back after allowing Fort Lewis to have a 7-run first inning en route to a 7-6 loss. But that would only mean they wanted to bounce back on Saturday to get the series win. And that's exactly what the ladies would do. After winning 8-3 in Game 1 on Saturday, Game 2 would be even more dominant for the Roadrunners, and we wouldn't mention dominance unless we mentioned Kenzie Maddie, who pitched 5 scoreless innings to get her 8th victory of the season. And only 5 innings because they would call it the mercy rule in this puppy. Mary Towner had 4 RBIs, and the Roadrunners used a 6-run 4th inning to ship the Skyhawks off to the showers early with a 9-0 shutout. Fort Lewis leaves 10 runners on base, and the Roadrunners improved to 26-10 after taking 3 of 4 from Fort Lewis. With another series win for the ladies, they are now just a half game back of Regis in the win column in conference play at the top of the RMAC. They'll take on UCCS this weekend and then have the very Regis Rangers they are chasing coming up next weekend. Now from one diamond to the other, baseball is looking to not only win their 2nd straight series, but also get above 500 on the season. To try and do so, they take on New Mexico Highlands. The Roadrunners won Game 1 in Friday in walk-off fashion 3-2 over the Cowboys and sent Mike Thill to the mound in Game 2. Thill was looking to win his 2nd straight start, something he hadn't done all season long, alternating back and forth between wins and losses until this ball game. Wouldn't take long for the Runners as we pick things up right in the 1st inning, and Trent Maloney gets things started with this RBI single to left field to drive in Levitt, 1-0 Roadrunners. 2nd inning now, and Alex Walker finds the gap with the first triple of the season for him to put a runner in scoring position. Next man up is Thurston, and he would waste no time at all getting Walker to trot on home with this RBI single to left field, giving the Roadrunners the 2-0 advantage. Sorry, Cowboys, but the 2nd inning isn't done yet as Jordan Levitt slams this puppy to left field to score Thurston. 3-0 now as Metro State stacks those hits together. But Highlands wasn't going to leave Mike Thill completely unscathed as Nick Gonzalez bloops this single into center field to score 1, and the Cowboys are trying to score another. But Mitch Gibbons gets his best Yasiel Puig impression with this laser to the plate to avoid another Cowboys run coming across. Remains 3-1 Roadrunners. 3rd inning now, and Daryl Baca up to the plate. Adios, muchacho. His 4th home run of the season makes it 4-1 Roadrunners. 5th inning now, still 4-1 Metro State. And how about a Nolan Arenado-esque throw from 3rd from Trent Maloney? What a throw, young man. Marcus Bean stretches that leg to get the out. 6th inning now, and the runners get aggressive on the base pass as Maloney steals 3rd, and he's going to come on home thanks to the throwing error by the catcher Morgan McCaslin. That makes it 5-1 Roadrunners. Highlands score 2 in the 6th to cut Metro's lead to 5-3, and Gibbons pops up here in the 6th with 2 outs, which would have ended the inning, but oh man. Cervantes misreads the ball and it sails over his head, allowing the runners to bring 2 across home plate. That would lead to the Cowboys' demise in this one, as the Roadrunners win 7-4 to take both games on Friday.
Oh, it's awesome. It's tough coming back from that loss last weekend. You know, we took 3 of 4 from Regis, but it's good to get back out here as a good team win. Great domination by Chris Locke and Michael Thill today. It's really excited to get back out here and just dominate at home and keep that homestand coming. The defense play, it was just the sun over here has been brutal all day at third base. It was a tough play. It was a backhand down the line. I actually thought it was going to hit the bag, and I just stuck my glove out, planted it through, and it was a great pickup by Marcus Bean over there on the scoop at first.
2 spectacular outings from Metro State pitching staff on Friday from Chris Locke and Mike Thill, both going at least 7 innings in their respective outings. And on Saturday, there'd be no drop-off on the mound for the Roadrunners pitchers. After the sweep of the Cowboys on Friday to get the Roadrunners above 500 for the season, Metro would send Nick Hammett to the mound to try to earn his 2nd straight win after his 7-inning performance against Regis last week. Things wouldn't start well for Hammett, though, in the 1st inning, as it's already 1-0 Highlands after a walk, and here's a pop-up from Corporal, which should be the final out of the inning, but come on, man! Thurston and Spyrick run right into each other and hit the deck. 3 runs come across to make it 4-0 Highlands, and things are looking rather dim for the Roadrunners after just the top of the 1st. But Metro State gonna quickly apply the counterpunch. After Levitt is hit by a pitch, Gibbons does what Gibbons does best. Smell you later, alligator. That ball is gonzo. 2nd home run of the season for Gibbons, and the Roadrunners get right back in it, down 4-2 now. Next batter up, Maloney at the plate. Toodles, gone, get out of here, amigo. Maloney with his 2nd of the year, back-to-back home runs get the Roadrunners right back into this puppy. Roadrunners trail 4-3 after the 1st inning. 3rd inning now, and Maloney was hungry for some more. Single to the right side, just out of the reach of Gonzalez, and Gibbons comes across good old home plate to tie this thing up at 4-apiece quickly. Still in the 3rd inning, and Maloney standing at 3rd, and he's going to try for home after the steal attempt by Donaldson, and Gonzalez says, not today, not in my house. Maloney out at the plate, remains 4-4. And we might as well call this the story of the great Trent Maloney, as Maloney sprints up to handle this bunt and makes the barehanded throw for the out at 1st. Holy baloney, Maloney. That is one hell of a throw. Highlands threatening in the 5th with a man on 3rd, and guess who? Trent Maloney with a heads-up throw to home, and you're out. Still tied up 4-4. Still in the 6th inning with 2 men in scoring position, Walker singles to left, and Radiman out in left field misplays the single from Walker, and 2 Roadrunners going to score on the error. That would make it 6-4 Metro State, and the Roadrunners would score 3 more to take Game 1 on Saturday, 9-4 over the Cowboys. They would also win the 2nd game on Saturday, 9-1, to finish off the 4-game sweep.
You know, we just played great today. You knew it was going to be a doubleheader, quick weekend. Came out, won the 1st game, and then we knew we were going to keep that momentum and we were going to roll right through that 2nd game. As long as we hit well and pitched well, we knew we were going to win that game.
Talk about stringing the hits together, being able to put all that together.
Yeah, that's really the key to this game. It's hard to score runs in bunches without putting a bunch of them together.
Now, talk about the pitching performances. Every single starter this weekend win at least 7 innings. What kind of confidence do you think that gives the staff?
That gives our staff a lot of confidence, and they've been good all year. And that them and our defense have kind of been the thing that's kept us together, and offensively we found a way to score enough runs through their great outings.
Well, guys, this Saturday is Teal Day at the softball game, obviously going to be honoring or supporting ovarian cancer research and honoring former Metro pitcher Aubrey Mall, who had cancer back in 2013. So a great cause to honor. You guys are going to try to get out there and wear teal, and you guys get in free?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's great, too. Exciting stuff there with both that, and the teams are rolling right now. It's a great time to go out there and catch them.
Yeah, we saw today is opening day for the Rockies, but get out to the Regency Athletic Complex, because Metro State baseball and softball, that's where the action is right now.
There's some exciting stuff going on.
I'm so glad that it's baseball season. I've been waiting all winter for baseball.
That's
right.
So nice.
That does it for this week's edition of the Met Report. For Douglas Coulter, Erica Lloyd, Anthony Rodriguez, Davy Burke, and the entire Met Report staff, I'm Miranda McCotchkins.
And don't forget to check us out on mymetmedia.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Met Report. We'll see you on campus.